Okay, hello guys and welcome back to another video. Before we start, like and subscribe. Come on, just basically I've injured my back, like badly. So there will be no fitness video today. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a video on modelling and my own experiences through modelling. It's been, 4 years doing it now. So I thought I'd share some tips, some advice that I can give you to anybody that's interested in modelling, and hopefully it helps you get an insight into whether it's something you'd actually want to do. So let's get straight into it. So to start with, I thought I would start with my own modelling journey, and that started at the age of 17. So around 16, 17, I didn't really like my picture taken, but I got into fitness in terms of training in the gym, all that kind of thing, and I kind of got hooked. I feel like it gave me a little bit more confidence in myself, and from there I posted a picture on Instagram, as you do, and I got scouted on Instagram by a model agency. That I spoke to my mum and also my uncle, who was at the time a model, a very big model actually, and I asked him for some advice, and he sent me to go and see his old model agency, and I went and I got my measurements taken, and they were a bit ridiculous because I was overtraining. I did so much like bench pressing and all that stuff that my chest was way too big, and they basically told me to slim down. And so for the next 2 months I slimmed down and I did all that stuff, and I went back to another agency and ended up signing, and then it kind of took up from there. So after signing for my model agency at the time, I was going up for castings maybe once a week through school, maybe less than once a week, and test shoots as well. I really didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I really enjoyed just travelling up, missing a day of school, which I probably shouldn't have done, and kind of just getting involved and meeting new people that I never really thought I'd meet. And then from there, after I left school, I decided to pursue it full time, and yeah, carried on test shooting, started working a little bit, and I just really enjoyed it. Every single time I went up, I'd meet someone new. It was kind of out of my comfort zone every time, and I felt like I grew as a person a lot, became a lot more confident at speaking to new people, meeting new people all the time. And yeah, it was a really big learning curve, and I think over time also I learnt to be more patient with it, and it's not like every casting you go to you're going to get the job. And at first that's what I felt like it was going to happen. Every time I went to meet someone, I felt like I walked away thinking, I've got this job, I've done it, and you wouldn't hear back. Well, some of you would hear back, some of you wouldn't, and it's like over time you become very thick-skinned, and you just have to understand that not everybody will like you. And then over time I was able to travel a lot more with it, so it wasn't just London. I was able to go up to Germany, go to Amsterdam, travel to Morocco, and it just felt, it still is, it feels good when you're doing it, and I've been able to see a lot of the world from it, so I'm very grateful for it. And yeah, so over time it was kind of, I got my big break when Adidas started booking me, and I'm speeding, down seeking, dream chase while you. And for a good 2 years I was booking regularly, and I really loved it. And from there I was getting jobs like for Puma, for JD, for ProDirect, and magazines like the Financial Times. It's felt really good because over time it's like all this hard work, all this travelling back from Oxford to London kind of really started working, and I enjoyed it. I loved the process of it, and it's also one of those jobs where it allows you to do other things. So I like to be very creative with my music and all this stuff, and sport and football, and it's given me the time to do all of these other things and explore other things. So yeah, if you are someone that's interested in going into this, there will be a lot of free time for you to pursue other things as well. So you're not always caught up in one bubble of just modelling. There's other things that you can pursue at the same time. Okay, so to start off with, there are some requirements you need as a model, to sign as a model. And typically for a male model, you need to be between 6 foot and 6'3". I don't know if in other countries it differs, but in the UK it typically is between 6 foot and 6'3". There are also some leeway on that. There's recently in brands such as ASOS, Boohoo, they do like a tall man section or larger guy, or not sure about smaller, but yeah, so you may be a little bit taller and still go and apply, see what they say. They might send you over to an agency that does cover the larger, taller people. And yes, that's number one requirement, 6 foot, 6'3". So one other requirement is that you are kind of living within the area that the agency is. So say in London, where the agency is based, they will like you to either be in London or around that area so that you can easily get to castings and stuff like that. So if you now feel like you're eligible, what you can do is you can take some simple Polaroids. I'm going to show you an example of some Polaroids. Actually, I'll give you an example of my own Polaroids right here. And with Polaroids, agencies like them because it's kind of like a blank canvas as such, where you look very simple, you're against a white wall, there's no editing done to the pictures, it's just you as a person, and they can really see what you look like, and kind of helps them envisage you in other clothing, say. And from there, what you can do is you can use those Polaroids and you can send them off to different agencies. Most agencies have like an apply online, so if you are interested, get yourself some Polaroids and send them off to agencies. You have to fill in your height, your name, all of that stuff, and they may or may not get back to you, but if you apply to them, we'll see what happens. It gives you a good opportunity. One more thing as well is that if any agencies are asking you to pay a fee, then they are not genuine. They're probably trying to scam you. So what I'm saying is that if an agency really wants you, you will not have to pay to be with them, because if they feel they can make money from you, then they will not ask you to pay them for anything. The agencies, there are a lot of scamming agencies out there, and they will try and charge you, and if that's the case, then avoid them, just avoid them. One really big piece of advice I would give is when modelling or when going to castings or meeting agents for the first time, it could be any point, just be yourself, because they will really warm to that. And if you are someone you're not, normally people take it, I don't know, from my own experience, I went through patches of trying to be something that I'm not, and really to be happy with it, just be yourself and go with the flow, and it will just naturally come out, and I think people warm to you a lot more. So another piece of advice that I would give is that you should really have hobbies and other things that you're working on whilst modelling, because if you put all of your attention onto it, it can be very demoralising, because you might have a week where you have no castings, you have no jobs, and then you might have a week where you do have jobs and castings. So in that week that you don't, if you have other things going on, you can really capitalise on it and work and kind of contribute to that as well, rather than just focus on the modelling, because with modelling you don't have that much control over what you're doing each day. It's very much up to the way the industry's going, so your look might not be in trend at that season or whatever, so you might not have as much work. So it's great to have other things going on, say hobbies or other ways to make money and live will be very helpful. So don't put all of your eggs into the modelling. So thank you to everyone that put their time into watching this video. I hope it helped the people that are interested in getting into modelling and gives you a little bit more of an insight on how to first get into it. I will be doing another one of these videos, and any questions that you would like to know, please put them down below. Also like and subscribe so you can be straight on it when the next video drops. Also, what was I going to say? If you do want to follow my Instagram, because that's a lot of where my modelling stuff I put on it, go and follow it up. It is Leicester Cayman. Easy as that. Catch you lot very soon.